must do right away after you buy yourself a used Ram 1500. This is exactly what you got to do. I'm going to be sharing with you guys that right now in this video. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another video, guys, and we got one more day left in this year. Kind of crazy to see how fast this year went by fast. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly if you went the used truck route and you bought one of these pickup truck used, these are the must do right after you buy one of these trucks. I feel like you have to do these things just to be able to, you know, the what if and stuff like that, because you never know what can happen when you buy a used vehicle. At the end of the day, there's still a lot of things that you have to keep in mind buying used compared to you buying brand new. So these are the things that you have to do when you buy one of these Ram 1500 used. So with that being said, guys, if you are here for your first time on the channel, do me a huge favor. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Help support the channel, and I would definitely appreciate that, guys. Definitely means a lot. Close to 10K. Crazy to see how far we are coming with the channel. I know we're not doing anything yet to the truck, but keep my words, guys. This year, 2026 coming up, I have a lot of things planned for this truck, and one of the biggest mods I'm going to be doing to this truck in the beginning of the year is one thing that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. So you guys definitely want to be able to stick around for that and definitely subscribe to the channel. So after buying a used Ram 1500, these are the things you have to do. If you don't have any kind of mechanic skills, anything, don't know much about cars and stuff, you have to schedule a professional inspection. When I mean schedule a professional inspection, is because meaning that you have to go to a shop, a mechanic shop, get your truck inspected out very, very well, make sure everything is up to date, fluids, everything and stuff like that. So I'm going to break everything down to you guys, right? Because believe it or not, even if you buy from a certified pre-owned or used, dealership and stuff like that, there are still things that could be wrong with that vehicle you might not know, or they might be knowing they don't want to fix, or they might not know and stuff like that. So that's why it's important for you to make sure you get all these things done. First thing is get a professional inspection. Have like a very your mechanic that you trusted. Check the frame for rust, suspension, brakes, leaks, any kind of sound when the truck is running, your transmission, especially for like a specific year for these trucks. I know, not trying to scare you guys, but I know 2011 to 2016, from what they said, known for having issues. That's what they said. I'm not gonna stay here and sugarcoat anything, but you just want to make sure everything is up to play. You mainly want to focus on like preventive care and stuff. Check common like weak spot for your model year. You got a 2014, 2013. Verify like all your electronics and stuff works as they should. Very, very important, guys. Like common issue, right? Common issue for these trucks is exhaust studs. Listen for like any kind of ticking on like cold starts. Those are like a common problem. Sometimes people have it mixed up to being like the Hemi ticks and stuff like that. My truck, believe it or not, I've heard this sound like probably once or twice on this truck, and I do know for a fact I do have to get the exhaust manifold replaced on this truck, which is why I'm going to be going with long tube headers. Definitely don't want to throw in any kind of stock ones on there, but the exhaust studs is something very, very important, very common on these trucks. Check if your air suspension, if your truck comes with an air suspension and stuff like that, you want to be able to check your electronics, test your U-Connect, your AC, all your dashboard function, stuff like that. Believe it or not, these trucks also have the issue of where they tend to have like the blend door issue, where sometimes you have cold air coming on one side and you have hot air coming on the other side. I've had that issue before with my 3rd generation Dodge Ram, not just the 2014 model, but most of the Rams and stuff tend to have that issue. You want to check your tires, brakes, checks for any uneven wear, alignment issue, brake pad life. Another big thing that I'll say before buying any kind of vehicle, though, any one of these trucks, I would say that you have to review the records, like verify the maintenance history for any kind of consistent, like that's when you buy any kind of truck, car, at the end of the day, it's very, very important to go off that before you even agree to spend your money on it. You want to see if that vehicle was well maintained, whoever was like the previous owner. You want to make sure that they actually did what they were supposed to do, such as maintenance and stuff like that. That's what really going to determine to you if you really need to buy that vehicle. I feel like that's a very, very important step. A lot of people tend to forget. I'm telling you guys, that's like the major issue right there. That will really tell you if that vehicle you're buying is a good truck for you to buy. And then another thing for long-term care, I would say you want to address any kind of major, like minor fix, any kind of issue like dashboard noises, like noise, small leaks, like little things and stuff like that. Because it's a lot of with Rams in general, I'll be honest, being like a Ram 1500 owner for like the last couple years, there's a lot of things that I've dealt with before with these trucks, and it's just some of the things that you want to really just make sure that you stay on top of. Like, for example, some of them might have some of these issues I'm naming, some might not have. Like my truck, this truck had the water pump issue. That's something that's common for these trucks too. That's why it's important for you to make sure you check for leaks. This truck had it recently, I think probably 7 to 8 months ago, I got it fixed. But little stuff you just want to make sure you check with these trucks. Like, it's very, very important, guys. I'm telling you, maintenance, fluid change, tune-ups, addressing any kind of comment, Ram 1500 issue, electrical, exhaust, pretty much. I'll really say that's about it. And before anything else, I'll say you really got to do like a real deep, after you buy this vehicle, after you buy a used Ram 1500, right? Another thing I'll say to really do that I do personally is I do like a deep cleaning whenever I buy any kind of vehicle, like used. If it's not brand new, used, you have to do like a deep cleaning, especially if you're going to have your family, your kids, you yourself. It's important for you to do so. And another thing is, I never, especially if you buy, let's say you buy a vehicle that been smoked inside of, you guys know how that is. When somebody smoked inside a vehicle for a long time, that smell that stays in there, very, very hard for you to get out. So it's very important for you to do like a deep cleaning. Apart from everything else I share with you guys, you definitely want to make sure you go down that checklist before you buy yourself, or after you buy yourself, a used Ram 1500. Very, very important, guys. I'm telling you guys, this is a checklist I feel like a lot of people don't do, but this will save you a lot of headaches. Even before you buy yourself one of these trucks, you can always, if you go to a dealership, right? Let's say there's a dealership or secondhand, a person or something like that. If they're willing for you to do like your own, like even bring your mechanic, or if you know about cars and stuff, it's good for you. You could do like a pre-checkup on everything. If they find with you doing that, that should be able to tell you too. That's like a good sign too, to look at like, okay, this is a, there's no, downside or anything like they trying to hide from you, because you're doing like you taking the proper steps to be able to make sure that you buy yourself a very, very well maintained vehicle at the end of the day. It's not, that shouldn't be a problem for you to do when you go into like a dealership, or even if you buy from somebody. Now, if it starts to look like it's a problem for the person who's selling you that car, they don't want you to do that, or the dealership, they acting kind of funny, that should really be able to tell you that, okay, maybe you shouldn't buy that car, truck, or something like that at the end of the day. But this is like the real checklist, guys. You got to make sure when you buy one of these trucks, you got to tackle the essential maintenance, guys. I'm telling you, most common things: fluid change, tune-ups, address common Ram 1500 issue, electrical, exhaust studs, those are like the common things that you want to really look at on this, like trucks like these, because if you buy used, you want to be able to save yourself money. You don't want to lose out on money, buy yourself something that's going to cause you a lot of problems. When you buy anything used, at the end of the day, there's always a chance that that vehicle might have some kind of issue later on down the line. So it's very important for you to make sure you take these steps. That way you don't have to screw yourself over. But with that being said, guys, I'm about to end this video. Appreciate you taking your time out to watch this video. Definitely do me a huge favor. If you guys are here for your first time, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, stay safe, peace out.